Shalom, shalom. Kal halalimla Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, elder bishops of Great Millstone. Shalom to the prophets of that body, and shalom to the 144,001 third. May peace and blessings and the spirit of endurance be upon you and your households. I mean, there's so much information coming out, things happening every second. So many of our teachers making videos, the men of Great Millstone, from the apostles on down. It's hard to keep up. And the job market crashing continues. Okay. Made a couple of videos on this. I want to, just add more information or add more fruits to the fruit salad, I guess, if you want to say that. Or let's just add more information to what we already have. Okay. Now, this is a paper from the Economic Times, dated the 2nd of November, 2025. Over 100,000 job cuts rattle. Over 100,000 job cuts rattle the tech industry in 2025. Amazon, Meta, Google, Intel lay off thousands of employees. Okay. Some big names there. So the world's biggest tech companies across the globe are in a cost-cutting mode. A wave of layoffs has rattled the tech industry, leaving tens of thousands of people without jobs. According to layoffs.fyi, the website tracking all the recent developments, around 218 tech companies reduced their headcounts in 2025, among which 112,732 tech employees lost their jobs. And this is just tech, okay? And this is happening in every part or every vertical, right, in terms of business. Okay, every area of work it's affecting. All right, you got your banks, your general stores shutting down. Okay, now you got this many layoffs within the tech industry, right? There's all the other areas as well. Okay, corporate jobs generally. Okay, people are being laid off. All right. Most tech companies have attributed the layoffs to changing patterns such as AI-driven shifts and slower economic growth. Tech giants like Amazon, Intel, and TCS have slashed thousands of roles, impacting IT services, consulting, and manufacturing globally. All right. Some people are saying 14,000 jobs, but Amazon are actually laying up to 30,000 workers off, laying them off. Intel cuts 24,000. TCS cuts 20,000. That's Tata Consultancy Services. Tata is actually an Indian-based company. Yeah, TCS, India's largest IT export and private sector employer, said it is reorganizing teams to focus more on automation and AI-led growth. All right. Microsoft lays off 9,000, Salesforce 4,000, Cisco laid off 4,250, Google has multiple rounds of layoffs. Oracle, they've trimmed it down. They've just done a couple of hundred. UPS cuts 48,000 jobs. Right, 34,000 operational jobs, which includes delivery drivers. See, it's not just corporate. UPS are getting rid of delivery drivers too. Operational jobs. All right. So, as mentioned, this is affecting every part. Okay, whether it's your blue collar or white collar jobs. Ford plans up to 13,000 layoffs here. PwC, PricewaterhouseCoopers, 5,600 globally. Paramount 2,000, and we've got it from a man on the inside. Mel Gibson said that Hollywood's dead. I mean, because we can see it anyway. Okay, the mirth is gone. Movies are trash. So yeah, definitely Hollywood and Paramount. You know, They're definitely going to be laying off employees. So it's happening. This is occurring across the board, from your regular folk all the way to your famous people. They're all complaining that they've all been affected. So there's no more work in Egypt, and this is just not even in full throttle yet, not in full gear yet. Wait till it's in full gear, okay? And already people are feeling the heat, right? Isaiah 19 and 15. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. Okay? There's no work in Egypt. And if some of you still do try and find a role, what happens? Or do find a role, you need multiple. Okay, you got women coming on, online talking about, yeah, you need, in this day and age, you need at least you need a two, at least, man and woman or man and wife both need to be working and earning a crust, right? You need two incomes. You actually need more, especially the way things are priced, especially in Ground Zero America, but it's definitely picking up here as well in the UK. Haggai 1 and 6. I've got the NIV version. You have planted much but harvested little. You eat but never have enough. You drink but never have your fill. You put on clothes but are not warm. You earn wages only to put them in a purse with holes in it or in a bag with holes. Okay? So you're earning money, right? But with inflation and rising costs, you can't keep up. You've got to toss a coin between, uh, should I walk to work today? Or should I save money on fuel and walk those 10 miles there and 10 miles back and leave my house 3 hours earlier? Some people are doing that. It's coming to that point. Tossing a coin between whether they're going to feed themselves or their dog. Right? I'm going to play a video. Where's that video? Here we go. All right, copyright fair use. Not making no money out of this, so let's play this.
Target announced last week that it will be eliminating about 1,800 roles. Other tech giants like Microsoft, Meta, Google, and Intel have also made cuts this year. And this is important to follow because tech companies are a bellwether for the broader economy. They can be. And right now, hiring is slowing for the first time since the pandemic. There are more unemployed.
And this is all just to the Lord Yahweh Bashem Meshai is bringing this world down. Okay? There's numerous videos, numerous ethnicities, numerous parts of the world, people giving their feedback on what is going on. And the mutual consensus is, okay, as a collective, is that this world is being crushed by Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right? There's only a couple more prophecies to go. Okay? Jacob's Trouble, the Charagma, and World War III. Right? Jeremiah 30, verse 7, Revelation 13:16, and Revelation 11:14. Okay? 3 major prophecies to go. All these things happening, right? As you can see, is leading. Okay? Economy being crushed, no jobs, no work, financial systems being crashed. What they're going to use is currency. Okay? They're pushing the digital wallet heavy, right? Along with the no more work in Egypt, no more work anymore, right? Isn't it all coming together now? As in the picture being painted? They're trying to push you into a corner, so you take the you know what, the RF to the I to the right, the D, okay? Because they're gonna want that find that light at the end of the tunnel, what they think is light anyway. Okay, they're gonna want that remedy to their pain, or they want that balm to their pain, and Esau are gonna say, here we go, take this, and all your problems will go away. Take this, take this penetration, and all your problems will go away. All right.
Okay, is my company shutting down? Okay, it's almost 8:30. We usually have an HR meeting. Canceled. We got told from one of our East Coast managers to cancel all interviews for today. Now, in place of that meeting, mandatory meeting company update with a bunch of people on it. I'm about to be jobless for the holidays. Okay, I'm about to log on, so we'll see. Wish me luck.
All right, I have really bad news, everybody. Effectively, immediately ceasing all operations. We have sent the call centers homes on the east. We're filing for bankruptcy.
For the people that we did have onboarding, are we calling them and telling them this, or is HR doing that?
That is a good question. We're really frustrated.
So there's people that they were onboarding. I think she works in HR, this lady with the glasses, right? I believe so. And she's saying, do I need to tell the people that were being onboarded? So somebody probably got their job about a month ago, went through a couple of interviews, couple maybe via Teams or Google Meets or whatever, however they did it. Then maybe one in person, maybe. Okay, they got the job, all the checks are done, and their background checks are done, employment checks are done, all that was done. They had to do all that. Finally getting the job, finally starting, right? And then probably a week later, okay, this kind of news happens. And this woman is saying, do I inform those new recruits, that were being onboarded? A lot of people are going to feel that pain, that kick in the gut. And it's coming, man. It's going to get worse. Just watch as time unfolds. And time is going quick. Braktiya Hawa Bashim Yashai Bashim Rakakodash for that.
And then,
Are we calling them and telling them, or the people that we did have onboarding, are we calling them and telling them this, or is HR doing that?
That is a good question. We're really frustrated, then just name it. If you feel like you're in a shock, or just recognize where you are, because it mirrors the process of going through grief. So just take care of yourself like you have lost something, because you have. We all have. Thank you. Thanks. Bye. Bye.
So pissed.
I know.
Like, I'm actually so heated. And I'm just like,
We knew.
Today, I was laid off at Amazon. I am one of the 14,000 employees impacted. I was a senior social media manager in Amazon ads, and earlier this month, I actually celebrated my 1-year anniversary, or Immiversary, as they like to call it. And it was the closest I've ever come to a dream role. I was working social media marketing and tech, something I would have dreamed about and wished for in college. I was flown out to work my first Cannes line in the south of France, of all places. I interviewed celebrities on the red carpet, some that I had fangirled over since I was a little kid. But most importantly, I worked at a globally recognizable company that I knew.
Not to mention, they just went through food stamps.
1 second. Let's get a scripture. Ecclesiastes 12:3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. Okay? No grinding. You're looking out the window, feels bleak, feels dark. No hope, no optimism, no future. What do I do? Boo hoo. That's how a lot of people are feeling, right? Verse 4. And the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sounding of the grinding is low. Salakia. And the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and the daughters of music shall be brought low. Okay? You're not going to find many people walking down the street whistling anymore, right? And that feel-good factor with the music is all gone as well, because the music is trash, and work out there is getting very slow, very bleak, right? You should go on LinkedIn. Everybody's commenting. All these people that are on LinkedIn, whether they're professionals or whatever, are talking about, these so-called ghost jobs, that make the economy look busy, but those jobs don't exist. And people are going through several rounds of interviews afterwards being told they don't have the job, which is crazy. Usually they interview you once and they sift out the people. Let's say they're looking for one person, they interview 10 people, and they eliminate maybe 5 at the first round, right? Then maybe another 3 at the second round. Then maybe they've got the last two or whatever in the final round, and they'll choose between them. That's how it usually works, right? But now they're going through several, which is crazy. Then still being told they don't have the job. So these companies are playing games. The powers of be that telling all these people, these powerful organizations, this is what you got to do, and don't increase the salaries. The salaries are the starting salaries for youngsters that are coming out of university, college, or whatever, or school, are the same salaries that were, being pushed 25, 26 years ago, which is not sustainable today for a youngster. That's why a lot of people are still at home, can't buy homes anymore. All right.
BT, and they're not really happening right now. Got lots of federal workers that are not, getting paid, but yeah.
Yeah, this man's right.
To pursue content full time, because for the second time this
augment it with
I think that this is the push I needed to pursue content full time, because I was going to quit that job anyway. Needless to say, we are back on the no buy, ladies and gentlemen. At least I got to use up all my PTO on my gorgeous trip to Spain, and now I don't have to worry about how I'm going to get time off for the holidays. Since I've already
family, I have been laid off from Amazon. We are okay. The boys are going to work. Okay? I'm just telling you before I tell the internet. Love you.
I mean, we're just seeing people get laid off left and right. It seems like a thing that the Fed is trying to stabilize by lowering interest rates, but I don't know if they've done it fast enough, because we're kind of going over the hill with the.
Well, that's the point. Go over the hill, destroy the economy. But anyway. Okay, you say that we're going over the hill, right? What does that mean? The devil hath but a short time. All right. Revelation 12, verse 12, King James Version. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. They know they've got a short time. Okay, that's why there's a couple more prophecies to go. And this man said here, right, Mr. Motley said that, they're moving quite excessively, quite fast, over the top. Why? Because they've got a short time, the powers that be.
So come with me to my meeting.
Difficult news to share, and that's why I've asked HR to join me.
And this woman's being, they're getting rid of her as well. And there's going to be a lot of attractive women that are going to be looking. There's going to be a lot of attractive women, single attractive women without work, that are going to be struggling financially, and that's going to also push that boat towards the oldest profession for a lot of women. Like back in the day, you know what the oldest profession is, right? Okay, starts with the word P, prosti. You know what that is, isn't it? Right. So, okay, even men are going to consider semi-attractive women. All right, but the nice-looking ones, in shape, long hair, attractive, nice features and all that, they're going to be, they're going to be pursued. Put it that way. All right. And they're also going to be put in a situation where they're going to consider that option as well, because attractive women know that men check them out. They know that men desire them, so they might even use that to their advantage, being in a financially strapped situation. All right. There's already OnlyFans, right? OnlyFans is like a prelude to doing the real deal, which some women on OnlyFans already do the one too. Men pay them money and they meet in certain locations, hotels, and get busy in the bedroom, right? Anyway, let's keep moving.
As you have seen, our business environment.
There's no way. As soon as they said HR, I'm not flipping the table.
Structure has shifted in many ways since we began our company transformation. And as we move forward with fewer brands and consolidated functions, we need to make some additional changes. And as part of this restructuring, your positions have been eliminated. The decision is not a reflection on anyone's performance, but it's based on what the broader business needs. I know it's super hard news. I'm going to turn it over.
my apologies for the nature of the call today, and I apologize for the difficult decision that has been made that is impacting you. And I truly wish you nothing but the best as you move forward.
Called it.
The gall of these people. It's like they're.
Let's see a couple more. Okay, he was laid off the 28th of October.
They sent out an email at 5 a.m. Seattle time. I think so that people don't have to go to the office if they are laid off. I'm still processing what has just happened. I guess I didn't have a lot of time to prepare for what to think, what to feel. If that actually happens to me, I will have 90 days to find a job within Amazon. And then after that, if I don't find a job, I will have some severance package, which will last for a few more months. So that's not bad. Yeah.
Oh, he said he's going to get a severance package. That might last him a few more months. So maybe Amazon are giving some generous severance packages as well. I wonder what that could be. But he said a few more months. And in a few more months, things are going to get only worse around the world in terms of finding a job. You know?
If you want to follow.
I mean, look at this guy right here. Same. After 9 years. Cancel my subscription today. Boycott Amazon.
If you work there, you don't know the state of the AI. You don't know. You don't know that it can't do anything.
These computers are taking all the jobs.
All right. Let's just leave it there. Okay. And for you hopeful elect, all right, which, there'll be situations which will affect the hopeful elect as well. But you don't have to worry. Yahweh Hashem is going to cover you with his wings. All right. And the Lord did say that, his sheep will eat. Paraphrasing scripture there. All right. Obviously, the men of the Lord, our teachers and prophets, but then the rest of the 1/3 as well, they'll eat too, The Lord will provide. Okay. So we don't have to worry about that. Okay. But those of you that are sort of 50-50 in your mind, all right, and that are putting off this, and that, and the third, get this truth while it's there. Okay, subscribe to the Apostles, Elders of Great Millstone, the other brothers of Great Millstone. It's up to you. No one's forcing you, but if you are sincere, you want to learn this truth. I'm an Israelite foreigner, and Brakti Yahal Bashim Yashai, the Lord woke me up and clear the path where spiritually I'll connect up with my teachers and learn. Obviously I'm nobody special, but I understand what time it is. So now is the time to grab this truth, right? Ecclesiastes 12:1. Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not. But you can see they're coming through, right? While the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. Okay? So remember the Lord now, man. Okay? Remember now. Because it's only going to get worse. All right? And they're trying everything in their power to get this truth off the internet. Okay? So if you know who you are, but you're still calling on Jeebus, you better find the real name. Acts 4:12, there's only one name under heaven that we must be saved. Okay? Okay, the rest is on you. Our prophets and teachers have been warning for decades. Okay? For decades. All right? 40 plus years on the, that we know of. Okay? And that's only because of the internet. And we see old videos of our apostles and teachers of Men of Great Millstone preaching on the streets in the early 80s and all that. And prior to that, High Priest Ariyah and High Priest Yaquab and King Marsha and the other elders, they were preaching way prior to Apostle Tahar. And those men were Apostle Tahar's teachers in the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahshai and the rest of the elders. All right? So time is real short now because we're at the tail end of this thing. All right? A couple more prophecies to go. And the Lord, the Lord is already around the corner. All right. So this is all good. Just more fuel to the fire. more videos of information of this Edomite kingdom falling and its demise coming quick and fast. All praises to Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashem Rakakodash Mawathabad Babal Kwam Yashrala Shalom.